You don't know what you're going to hear. Some of it, yes, but not all.
Your hits.
Yes, but Benny and Bjorn has write something new, especially for this tour.
The concerts are very much spectacles today, aren't they?
Yes, sort of. For many acts.
Yeah.
But I'd say we try to keep it down a bit, not using too many effects and all that, because it's not really our bag, I say.
We rely very much on the lights and music.
We have a very good lights and very good man handling it.
I believe you like I believe you like talking about the tour because since you've been here, I'd like to say that maybe a couple of members of the group have looked very, very bored while speaking to reporters, because I don't think you like some of the questions being asked. Maybe you think they're silly dumb. Especially you, Frida,
Yes, I can tell you honestly, I am bored because we got the questions, 1,000 times over again, and it's the same question all over the world. So it would be nice to get some
something a little different. Well, listen, what are those questions? Because I might have a pile of them here. What are those questions you don't like being asked?
The same questions that already has been written in the papers that people knows about us, It would be nice if they asked about the individuals and try to sort something out.
You like that too. You like being spoken to as individuals, not just as... Excuse me, ABBA?
Yeah, because we are very different, all of us. And it's very hard to say that, it's very hard that if I say something, then it goes for the whole group. And that isn't true, really, because we think very much alike.
You think much alike, but I would figure that there's a little self-censorship going on there at times, because you're asked a question, you suddenly sort of almost look at one another, say, will we answer that, won't we answer that, and you come to a conclusion pretty smartly.
The reason for the looks are just the thing, who is going to answer it, because it's sort of a training.
It's very hard to be four, and if we all want to answer the same question, we have to sort it out.
Yes.
In a way.
Well, I know that people were saying you'd like to talk about the tour. What would you like to say to Australians about the tour? Because they're watching you in their lounge room now and pretty excited. What are they going to see?
Well, for one thing, we've worked really, really hard for a long time on this, on every aspect of it. Light, sound, production, things on stage, and everything. And also, of course, the half-hour new music, which is we're really curious to see how the Australian audience will receive that.
You've got 105 people on this particular tour. That's a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are there any hangers-on in that group?
There might sneak around someone, I don't know.
Well, we don't know. It's not really up to us. It's more up to the organization down here and to the head of the film crew to sort that out. I mean, it's not our business.
With 105, you wouldn't even get to meet them all, I suppose.
I guess not.
No. We were just 40 in Europe, and suddenly we are 105.
And every one of those persons has a particular job.
Yeah, well,
that's what I hope sincerely, because we're paying for it.
Could you make it 106?
All right, you will come along.
I'd love to be a hanger-on.
Now, the thing is that it's the film thing, Yeah. It takes a lot of people, really, and we don't know anything about that. I mean, what it takes to make 5 meters of film, so it's up to them to decide. Plus that we have 70 musicians, Australian musicians, added to our own musicians. It's all of a sudden a lot of people.
I know you don't like to talk about money, but can I just ask you, did you come here to do 11 concerts to make money primarily, or primarily to promote your records?
Primarily to
thank the audience for buying our records.
Right.
That's why.
And the actual fact is that we're not making any money out of it.
No.
Now, for one thing, we pay tax here in Australia, and we have a lot of things, a lot of costs, including the film here. We're hiring film crews in Australia. We're hiring a lot of things here. So by the time we leave for Stockholm again, I can promise you that we won't take away a lot of money
But one concert tour will multiply your record sales tremendously, won't they?
Probably not in our case. I'd say it's the opposite. It's the record sales that made us come down here.
Yes. There are no record players,
Do you think you've reached a saturation point? You can't sell more records?
You never know. I mean, it's so many records I've heard.
I thought you said one out of every third family has it. Is that true?
That'd be true.
You must reach the saturation point then.
It's very nice for us to come here, really, and to show that we are alive and that we can sing on stage as well.
How close are you going to be to your recorded sound on stage?
As close as it's possible to make it.
What sort of sophisticated electronic gadgetry?
Like a mixing desk, which is like something you take out of a studio. And
we have the best musicians from Sweden.
Yes, the ones we use in the studio.
Yes.
A couple of mini moogs. We have electric pianos, and we've tried to reproduce the sound as far as it's possible. I mean, it can never be exactly the same, and I don't think the audience would like to have exactly the same, because we might as well send a record and a film clip.
We have never done it.
How do you feel? Does the adrenaline start pumping about 30 minutes before it? You get up there and you're as high?
Yes. 3 hours before.
3 hours.
Yes, we started preparing ourselves 3 or 4 hours before the show.
What do you
start
fear?
feeling it.
What do you fear?
Fear.
When you're going up on stage?
An audience that doesn't like it.
Yes. And technical
But you've
problems.
never struck that, have you?
Not yet.
Not
Well,
yet.
no. We have.
Is that what you fear most, booing?
We didn't...
Well, yes, I mean, it wouldn't be nice to put all these efforts into doing something that we really enjoy and we think is the best we can do. And when it comes to the point where somebody has to judge it, if it's good or bad, if they booed, right?
But even if they don't do that, but if they receive it very coldly,
Yes.
would also be terrible.
Can you see anyone out there?
Yes,
Yeah.
the first
20
few
rows, yeah.
That's a pity, because I would like to see the huge...
Can you read their faces?
Oh, yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm in row 21.
Exactly where?
Well, in the darkness there, you will not see me. That's disappointing.
But we always try to find someone to play for, to meet someone's eyes and to hold them.
Which is very
It's
essential.
very important.
I don't think an audience realizes that, how important it is that you can look at someone who is looking happy and really enjoying it. Because if you look at a lot of people sitting like that, it's terrible to be on stage, I think.
Frida, will you look at me?
Oh, yes, if you want me to.
Because
I can see you.
we were coming out in the car, weren't we? And you were saying that Anna turned you on, and I was saying that Frida turned me on. And you said, how could you go for that Frida bird? And I said, well, how could you go for that Anna bird? What turns you on about Anna?
Now this...
Maybe the bottom.
But I've heard this is a great thing.
This is a great thing
in the pop world, where the kids are really picking out individual favourites out of the four.
But down the pub, the fellas at the pub will say, hey, what about that Frida? Wouldn't you like to give her a kiss on the lips?
Is that what they say?
Or Anna the other way. Now, do you realise that you ooze all that sex appeal on stage?
No.
We never think of that.
No, that's true, because I'm working because I enjoy it, and I don't think upon myself as a sexy woman, never. I don't do that, honestly.
But what about all those costumes you have where you...
Yeah, but I like to dress up. I'm a exhibitionist. I really am. And I like fancy clothes, and I can stand for it.
Do you realise you, Anna, ooze sex appeal? To him, not to me.
Well, thank you. Well, we never think of that. We think of the music and what we have to do and what we have to... it's very hard to...
And we are women, it's nothing to do about it. We have tits and bottoms.
Yes.
It's hard to...
Tits and bottoms. Have to edit there. Benny, do you realise that you ooze sex appeal?
Well,
My sister told me that.
Oh, yes.
everybody has.
Yes.
Everybody has. I think if we forget about that and comes into the situation we are in, the success we've had, I think it's very much a thing that our fans, the young people, can identify themselves with the girls here. Because I'd say 99% of all the fan letters They're from girls writing to Frida and Anna, and sometimes to me and Bjorn. Very seldom.
Well, it's not 90. It's not that much.
I'd say it's...
Oh no,
not for you, but for me.
Anna,
You're talking about
anyway.
my sex appeal. I mean,
Blue going, yes. Got a blue going.
but I think that's very essential for us. That it happens to be two girls in the group
Do you argue
performing
very much?
our music.
Arguing.
Do you argue? Do you
Oh,
have
yeah.
hassles within yourself?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
Looks like you'd never have a blue.
Looks like it.
Wow.
Whoa.
Maybe we're in a happy mood today.
Yes.
Can we just talk about the concert for one more moment?
Yeah.
The security at the concert. Do you have any say in that? How it will be run?
No.
Security guards?
Well, I guess if we wanted to, but I never thought about that. Why do you ask?
Well, it's just sometimes at some pop concerts the security guards are known to be rather roughnecks.
We told them that whatever happens, no violence whatsoever,
No.
anywhere, anytime, as long as we are a group together.
It happens.
That's very yeah. But if
We
it
hate
happens,
that.
we can't do anything about it. But we've told them, the people running this, that whatever they do, no sort of violence, unless somebody is trying to kill us. I mean, when you
But
have
it's, you know, it's the people standing down there, police or guards or whatever it is, they can get excited too sometimes. And they,
But we're dealing with really professional people, like Paul Dainty. He knows what's going on, and he's been doing this before. He knows how to handle it.
Benny, Frida, Anna, Bjorn, ABBA, thank you very much for being on the Willesee at 7 show.
Thank you.